So what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at a random package or random module from the Python standard library. So if I fire up the interpreter, so I could just say import random, and random has this rand int function that I'm gonna get a random integer back between 1 and 10, including 1, not including 10, I believe. So that is one way to do this. Remember, we import random. Imagine this is red, and rand int is yellow. Now that we need to refer to that as random.randint. What we could also do is, if we say from random import randint, then I could just go ahead and do the randint directly, instead of having to refer to this as random.randint. However, this is a bit confusing, right? Because if I'm not familiar with randint, how do I know this is from the random module? So if I were just to do this in a code and I import it at the very top, and 500 lines later I use randint, and I might just forget by that time where do I get the randint, right? So worse yet, if I say randint is just a string that's Eric Cho, then imagine this is like line 50, I actually overwrite that, and then now randint is Eric Cho, and now I thought, hey, how come this doesn't work anymore? So string object, no, this should be a function, right? It should be a method within random. So those are the two reasons to use packages: to avoid namespace conflict. Also, it's for readability. So where do Python find these packages? After all, I don't see random in my current directory. I don't know where it's being installed, or if I install request, where it's being installed, and how do I find it? So essentially, there's a standard locations for Python to search for modules and libraries, and you could find out by doing import sys and sys.path. So by default, you can see it looks for current working directory. It also looks for all these other paths. And because we're using virtual env, so whatever we installed will actually be under this local venv site packages, and that is how Python find its search path. And as you can see, we're going to take advantage of the fact that it looks for current directory first.